Angela Makholwa is our guest here on the bookshelf, the author of The Reed Dance Stalker. This is the sequel to The Red Ink. So just before the break, we were talking about how you have to find that balance, you know, of reporting or writing on the realities of the gruesome crimes that we've seen in South Africa and the fact that we don't report enough on crime.
I feel like if we don't tackle issues like that, because we do seem to have a high propensity for not only crime, but violent crime. And not only violent crime specifically against the most vulnerable, children and women. And I feel that we need to go deeper into finding out why we are such a damaged society. And creating conversations about having these kind of conversations, I feel, is more likely to get us to at least understanding, you know, the psychology behind that. And maybe when we start understanding the psychology behind that, you know, somebody can recognize themselves in that character, or recognize the potential in themselves to be like that, and start asking themselves the questions that will hopefully kind of deter them from being like that. Because sometimes it's about a lot of factors. It's upbringing. Sometimes, you know, some psychopaths are born that way. But these days we've got resources, we've got psychologists, we've got, you know, mental health facilitators and practitioners that can go into those issues.
But isn't that part of the issue as well, the fact that we tend to want to justify why there's such high levels of crime and then analyze you know, the perpetrators, as opposed to just dealing with the matter that maybe there's just evil people in the world that are not that you can't rehabilitate.
I think those are the big questions. I mean, those are the big questions that even Lucy Kambule is asking, because when we pick up on the Reed Dance from where Red Ink left off, she's quite disillusioned with society because of the interactions she had with the Dingiswayo brothers. And, you know, her publishers asked her to write a follow-up book because she's written a book about the Dingiswayo brothers. And that's one of the big questions. She looks at the prison rehabilitation system. Can an evil person be rehabilitated? You know, as you're saying, are some people just born evil? But I think let's ask the questions. Let's get to the bottom of it. If it means kind of a harsh, you know, incarceration system or whatever it is, but let's talk about it, let's explore, let's diagnose, let's find out why this is happening.
Yeah, and I just want to establish, without giving away too much, but he's also one of the people that Lucy Kambule gets in touch with on Facebook. And we know that social media has just made us so accessible and open without even realizing that you could potentially put yourself in danger.
Yeah, especially younger people. I mean, people are so unguarded about the kind of information that they give away. You know, when you go to a place and then you post your location, imagine if somebody is targeting you or stalking you in any way. You're basically giving them all the information that they need to find you. So I thought that was quite an interesting kind of angle to also explore, because some people right now are being targeted as we speak through their social media posts and the activities that they share to the world. And I think that it was quite an interesting kind of cautionary note as well to raise with not just young people. I mean, older people also do it too.
Yeah, I think I missed the clue in the book, because I honestly thought it was our villain, you know, and then only to find that here's a different character by Cheslin Cooper.
Yeah.
Where did he emerge from? So I thought I had figured it all out, and then boom.
Don't give away too much. So I mean, we know that you know, at the end of Red Ink, we know that Napoleon Dingiswayo escapes. And then at the beginning of the Reed Dance Stalker, we find out that it's not only Napoleon who escaped, but two other inmates, right? But a body is found, a charred body is found in one of the prison pipe shafts. So who is that person? Is it Napoleon Dingiswayo? And if it's Napoleon Dingiswayo, does it mean that the world is safe for now, especially for our protagonist, Lucy Kambule, right? And then, as the book evolves, we discover that Lucy, like most of us, because remember, this book is, Red Ink was set in 2006, 2007, so of course I've got to pick up from that timeline. So this is when Facebook just emerged, and all of us were posting everything on Facebook. We're posting our entire lives. So Lucy is a PR professional. She is a little bit savvy, but she's still as clueless as most people were, you know, when social media networks first kind of landed. So she uses it smartly to find people, because she's working on a book on the prison rehabilitation system. So she allows people to kind of post and say, look, yeah, I was incarcerated for 2 years, I'm out, I did this, and can we talk? Which is, you know, I mean, it's normal, it's things that we used to do. Some of us still do that for research purposes. You find people online and all of that kind of stuff. So it seems safe enough, and it felt safe enough, especially at that time, you know. But then one of these nefarious characters manages to weasel his way into her life. But then we also discover that at the same time, there's somebody in Swaziland who is also very shady, very dark character, who's also reaching out to young women, specifically the women that attend, the maidens that attend the Eswatini reed dance. This person has a fascination about just the whole concept of a reed dance where, you know, young virgins kind of converge every year. And he uses Facebook to reach out and find those women.
Yeah, and I mean, you also highlighted the fake profile, because he uses an image of a Hawaiian gay man, you know.
Gorgeous Hawaiian young
exactly,
man, yeah.
and he's completely the opposite, middle-aged black Zulu man for that matter.
So that's catfish. So we didn't even have a phrase for catfishing back in those days, but that's literally, that's what catfishing is. It's somebody using a fake profile, posting pictures in a beautiful setting that does not mirror anything of their own lives, a beautiful, handsome picture of himself. He learns like kind of the lingo, the modern lingo, because he's quite an older man. But it works. He gets the girls, yeah?
We're going to leave it there for the moment. I really can't wait for us to talk about the adaptation, because there's so much more to your work. And this is the 6th edition of a brilliant read. It's a page turner. You literally can't put it down. So that's Angela Makholwa, the reed dance stalker, here on the bookshelf. We're back after this.